What's up, runners? In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 reasons that you are not improving as a runner. Let's get into it. Righto, before we start, I just want to say that there is no magic bullet to being a good runner. You have to put in the work. But these reasons that we're going to be talking about today, they add up. And if you work on each one, you might well become a better runner. Let's get started. The first reason that you are not improving as a runner is because you're only running. That's right, you are not supplementing your running with anything else. Now, obviously, when you get started with running, you are going to be feeling good. You're going to be getting stronger. You're going to be running faster. You may even be losing some weight. But there's going to come a time where you plateau. And to break through that plateau, you're going to have to do something a little different. And that something different is weight training. I want you to do weight training and I want you to work on your core. These are 2 huge things that are going to make you a better runner. According to some studies, between 60 and 65% of runners get injured every single year. That means that over half the runners that you know are likely going to be injured in the next year. By strengthening your body, by strength training, you are going to reduce those chances. You're also going to be strengthening your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, which are going to cause you to be more efficient and a more economical runner. So if you are a new runner, it is likely that your aerobic system is getting fitter before your whole musculoskeletal system, right? Our heart and lungs are getting fitter, getting stronger, but our whole structural system, the rest of our body that holds it all together, that actually powers that movement, that doesn't improve at the same rate. So when we start running and we're only running, our aerobic fitness can outpace our structural fitness. And when you start strength training, when you start working on your bone strength, your tendons, your ligaments, all the little parts of your body that tie in together that make you a better runner, you are going to find that you become injured less, and you're certainly going to find that you become an overall better runner. I challenge you to find one professional or elite runner that does not strength train. You won't find them. Okay, moving right along quickly, the second reason that you are not improving as a runner is because you're not running enough. Guys, you know this. If you want to improve at something, you have to do it more often. If you want to be a good long jumper, you don't just sporadically go and jump in the sand. You've got to work on it. You've got to work on your form. You've got to work on your technique. And running more is going to do that to you. Now, the whole thing about running more is that there is no set number. Everybody is different. But generally speaking, a lot of us have room to improve, and we can squeeze more runs into our week. And you might be thinking, but Matt, what about if I get injured? You were just talking about the 60 to 65% of runners get injured every year. Well, my friends, it is not the high mileage that is inherently risky, because our bodies adapt. It's that increase to the higher mileage that can cause injuries. Now, of course, it's a lot more nuanced than that. Every runner can't gradually build up to 120 miles a week and then run that 120 miles a week forever. We have to let our bodies recover. But overall, week over week, running a little more is going to make you a better runner. You may notice that a lot of the runners that get injured are the runners that stop for a while and then they start up again. Perhaps they'll take a week off, maybe a couple weeks. And I'm not talking about taking down weeks in between higher weeks of training. I'm talking about those weeks off where life gets in the way. And we'll get more into that. But life gets in the way and you think, oh, I'll take a couple days. Then a couple days becomes a week becomes 2 weeks, 2 weeks become a month. And then you get a bug in your ear and you think, I need to get my running fitness back. Let me start right back up where I was. That kind of jumping around, not only is it going to cause injury, but you're also not going to reach your potential. And the whole jumping around and not running enough leads us beautifully into the third reason that you're not improving as a runner. And that's because your training is inconsistent. So it's kind of a 2-prong attack. We need to run more and we need to run more consistently. And you may find that if you run more consistently, you naturally run more. Being inconsistent with your training can really mess you up. You are just not going to be good if you don't do it on a regular basis. Think of it if you were a pilot. If you just took a couple months off and then you came back, do you think you would fly the same plane? Of course not. We need to practice. We need to put in the required hours in order to maintain proficiency. The same thing is true for your running. But it's better because not only do you maintain proficiency, you're actually going to get better. So when you're not consistent, you're really shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to becoming the best runner you can be. And if you have found yourself at a plateau, have a look at your consistency. See if you have been consistently leading up to that point with your running. If not, you know what you have to change. There are a lot of ways that we can maintain consistency with our running. A lot of them fall back to motivation. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I prefer discipline over motivation because motivation is fickle. But we can maintain that motivation by focusing on a race. If you don't have a race in the future, maybe book one a little ways out, something that you can look forward to, something that you can structure your training around. Maybe you want to fundraise for a cause. There are unlimited causes out there that you can raise money for. And of course, there's the whole social thing. Make a time to meet your friends to go for a run. That social aspect will hold you accountable and will keep you motivated even if you don't feel like going out. When you know someone is waiting for you, you'll be a lot more likely to lace up. Guys, if you are looking to improve as a runner, would you give this video a thumbs up? It's just a brilliant way to support me, to support my channel, and it tells YouTube to maybe push this video out to other people that may find it useful. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so right now. I publish at least 2 new running videos a week on YouTube. Okay, we are getting through this nicely. And the fourth reason that you are not improving as a runner could be that you need a little more variation. Our variation comes in a lot of different flavors. You need variation in your distance that you're running. You need variation in the speeds that you're running. So let's start with that. Most of our runs during the week are going to be run easy. By now, we've all heard the 80-20 rule, where 80% of our runs are going to be run at an easy pace and 20% are going to be hard. However, if you just run easy, you will get stuck slow. You have to maintain that proficiency. You have to be consistent in doing your speed work as well as just your running. So we need to maintain this variation in the types of runs that we do. Now, as far as speed goes, this is going to be determined by the type of race or event that you're training for. If you are focused on a 5K, the training is going to be a lot different than if you're focused on a marathon. Obviously, 5K, you run it a bit faster than you do a marathon. So we need to have a variation of these types of workouts that we do just to keep us fresh. If you run on the roads primarily, maybe mix it up by going for a trail run once or twice a week. If you run on the trails, maybe mix it up by going on the road. Although, come to think of it, I think it's going to be a lot harder sell to get a trail runner to switch to road running. Seems a lot easier the other way around. And guys, you're going to hear it here first. And this one I really like. You need variation in your shoes. It is healthy to rotate 2 or 3 pairs of shoes, maybe more, no judgment here. But not only by having that variation in shoes are you going to be able to pick the shoe for the right workout. By rotating your shoes, you are going to make each of the shoes in your rotation last longer. So not only are you going to be getting motivation by wearing different shoes for different workouts, you are being economically responsible. And by being economically responsible, we are being good stewards of the environment. So by having several pairs of running shoes, you are pretty much a Captain Planet. All right, the 5th reason that you are not improving as a runner is because the rest of your life is getting in the way. Now, it would be very easy if we were all pro runners, elite runners, where we sleep a solid 8, 9, 10 hours. We get up, we work out, perhaps we have a nap, then we go for our second workout of the day, maybe we have a massage, then we go to bed early, sleep, and do it all again. Wouldn't that be nice? Unfortunately, most of us have jobs, we have families, and all the other burdens that get in the way of our running. But even though the average person has a job that maybe isn't conducive to being a professional runner, doesn't mean we can't take small steps to make ourselves a better runner. By focusing on one little thing can pay dividends in our running life. Let's talk about sleep. We all know that sleep is where the magic happens. Sleep is where we recover. So if you go to bed at, let's say, 11 o'clock, tell yourself, you know what? Tonight I'm going to try and go to bed at 10:45. Just that 15 minutes. It's a small step, but over time, that's going to add up. You're going to be less sleep deprived, and if you're less sleep deprived, your body's going to have more time to heal, which is going to make you more recovered, which is going to make you run the right paces in your workouts, which is going to make you a better runner. Circle of life. And of course, we can't ignore nutrition. We have to feed our body right. And I'm not going to go off on a tangent about eating the right foods, but try and incorporate whole foods into your diet. Limit the processed stuff. Maybe throw in a few more fruits and veg, do at least 1 meal a day, and see how that works out for you. As we already mentioned, the professional runners getting a massage every day. They got people to take care of them. You can also schedule some self-care into your daily routine. And I'm talking about foam rolling, although foam rolling really doesn't seem like self-care, more like self-punishment. But we've also got recovery boots. If you haven't already seen it, check out my video on the Rapid Reboot recovery boots. They work wonders and they make me feel fantastic. We've got percussion massages, or even just have your partner give you a brief massage. We can always squeeze in 5 to 10 minutes to take care of our bodies. And by taking care of our bodies, we will get past that plateau and we will improve as runners. Let's wrap this video up right here. Be kind, be happy, run well. See you guys in a couple of days.